Hello, Hopkins School. It's Mrs. Moran, and I want to first start off by saying I'm so impressed that you have decided to come back to review multiplying mixed by mixed numbers. It can be a tricky thing, but if you stick with it and learn the steps, it doesn't become a big deal at all. So here are the steps that we learned in class. When you're multiplying a mixed number by a mixed number, let's say we are multiplying 2 2/5 times 3 1/3. Those are two mixed numbers. What you're going to want to do first is make them improper. You're going to look to see if you can reduce, if possible. If you don't, that's okay. You'll just want to reduce after. You're going to want to multiply out, and then you'll simplify your answer. You'll most likely end up with an improper fraction. You'll want to divide to turn it into another mixed number as your final answer. So let's go ahead. I'm going to keep this handy dandy list right here. You like my sunshine paper? You're going to want to have space to write at. 2 2/5 times 3 1/3. You're going to start by making improper fractions. So we turn these two mixed numbers into improper fractions by multiplying 5 times 2. That is 10, plus 2 is 12. 2 2/5 is equal to 12/5. And we're going to turn 3 1/3 into an improper fraction. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 10/3. My second step is, can I reduce if possible? I could multiply this out, but I also see, wow, I've got two places I can reduce. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then 5 and 10 both have 5 as a common factor. So I'm going to divide both by 5, and that would be 1/2. Wow, this turns out to be quite awesome. Because when I multiply across, I arrive at 8 over 1, which is 8. So my final answer is 8. Lucky me. All right, we're going to take a look at another problem here. Not all of them end up as great as that one where we end up with a whole number. So let me show you an example of a problem where we'll have to simplify at the end by dividing. The problem is 1 4/5 times 3 3/4. Feel free to stop the video and try to solve on your own. But if you're sticking with me, then watch me solve this problem. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make these two mixed numbers into improper fractions. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9/5. I'm going to show you why. 1 would be 5/5, right? So the 1 tells us how many times the 5, like how many fifths altogether we need, and we add them together and we get 9/5. Times, we would change this into 4/4 and we would do that 3 times. So that's why we multiply 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 15/4 is my answer. Now, can I cross reduce? Because I'm really not interested in multiplying 9 times 15 if I don't have to. If I have to, I will. But I don't have to here because I notice cross reducing will get me a lower terms. Both 5 and 15 are divisible by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So now I have a reduced fraction. 9 times 3 is 27. And 4 times 1 is 4. Now, this is one answer, but it's improper. We don't want to leave our answers improper. we want to turn them to a mixed number. So the next step is we're going to simplify. And in this situation, we're going to divide. And we're going to divide 27 divided by 4. You could just do it mentally and say 4, how many 4s are in 27? 4 times 7 is 28, so that would go over. So 4 times 6 is 24. That's as close as I can get without going over. And how close did I get? Oh, I got 3 away. Now I know that I'm on the right track because 3 is less than 4. Now there's a few different ways that you can report your answer, right? You can report your answer as 6 with a remainder of 3, which is okay. You could report it as 6 3/4, which is even better, right? Almost a whole, right? Do you remember how close we were? 4 times 7 is 28. That's almost another whole, but it's 6 3/4. Or, and I didn't leave myself much room, so I'll move it over here. 6 and remainder of 3, 6 3/4. Or some of us know that we can add a decimal point. And you're already thinking, oh, 6 3/4. I know what that is as a decimal. So if I drop the 0, 4 into 30 is 7. I got as close as 28. That's only 2 away. I'm going to drop another 0. 4 into 20 is 5. Bingo, bullseye. That's exactly right. So you have 3 different ways to report this answer. Good, better, best, maybe. So how many different ways can you report an answer? I just want to point out that multiplying mixed numbers is not tricky. None of this math, each step along the way, was too difficult. Don't confuse long, right, many steps with difficult. We just have to persevere. We have to be persistent, and you will arrive at the right answer. So thank you so much for watching this little video for yourself. A little extra practice sometimes is all we need. Bye.